We're closing in now on the multiplayer reveal of Modern Warfare 4. It's just a couple of weeks away at COD Next, and over the last few weeks, there's been a few small announcements surrounding the game that have piqued my interest and genuinely surprised me as well. We got the news that the DMZ map, called Hajin, will be split into 3 separate land masses, and that the Russian section won't be coming until after the launch of Modern Warfare 4. That's just an example. I did a video on that a couple of weeks ago, by the way. But in the last couple of days, a few more details have come out, and again, they've kind of caught me by surprise because they're positive steps forward for Call of Duty as we get closer to Modern Warfare 4. So we're going to get into those today. Drop a like on the video to support what we're doing over here, and leave some comments below letting me know how you're feeling about Modern Warfare 4 as we get closer to proper multiplayer gameplay reveals. So, Modern Warfare 4 is being billed as a bit of a reset for the Call of Duty franchise. It's setting itself apart from previous entries, like Black Ops 6 and Black Ops 7, and we're getting a brand new multiplayer experience built from the ground up by Infinity Ward, with focus being paid particularly on gameplay elements that previously caused a bit of friction with players, like sluggish movement mechanics from Modern Warfare 2, and age-old issues like weapon bloom being completely eradicated from the experience and replaced with new systems. Warzone itself is going to get a clean break as far as I know, with the current setup likely to be swapped out with something new, fresh, and different. And I can't lie, that is sorely needed. Warzone feels like a very tired product these days, and it's in desperate need of a refresh, a big rethink, and some reinvigoration. It stands as a very important element of Call of Duty, by the way, because it's the free-to-play entry point into the franchise, and that attracts a specific kind of player that the main paid premium product, like Black Ops 7 and Modern Warfare 4, just doesn't appeal. Still, no concrete details on what Warzone is actually going to look like for Modern Warfare 4, but if the rest of the product that's launching is anything to go by, it's sure to be a departure from the current setup. One of these recent developments that surprised me, however, concerns both Modern Warfare 4 and Warzone, and it's to do with elements that are being carried forward from previous titles. Now, we've seen a bit of a patchy record over the years regarding Call of Duty and their carry-forward system, where some titles would carry forward elements like weapon blueprints, operator skins, and more, and then other games would just hard cut things off and we'd have to start clean again. Well, personally, I assumed that we would be getting a completely clean break with Modern Warfare 4. All the noise around the product is how it's going to be a bit of a reset, a chance for the franchise to rediscover one of its proper storylines, and that is true, but not in all areas it seems. Call of Duty has just recently confirmed that currently unspent XP tokens in Black Ops 7 and Warzone will carry forward to Modern Warfare 4. This counts for rank XP, weapon XP, and Battle Pass XP tokens. So that means, if you're like me, and you haven't spent a lot of time playing Black Ops 7 because it's not really your cup of tea, any unspent tokens that you might have earned from the Black Ops 7 days, or indeed Warzone as well, are going to remain attached to your Call of Duty account, and they will be sitting there when Modern Warfare 4 launches later in October. And for me, that's great news. The reason this reveal even came about was from various people posting up the Monster Energy cans that are now being sold with Modern Warfare 4 branding on them, and those cans promising to give you in-game rewards when redeeming codes on each individual pack. Now, in the past, these codes have redeemed some Monster-branded cosmetics. I think in Modern Warfare 3, we got some operator skins themed around the different colours, but mainly they would reward XP tokens. Call of Duty then came out and clarified what this all meant. The Call of Duty CM account tweeted that they'd be sipping on Monster and popping double XP with the community on day one of multiplayer. Your tokens from Warzone and Black Ops 7 will also transfer over. So this means day one of Modern Warfare 4, you might have access to several hours of double XP in Modern Warfare 4, which is going to really help with that early grinding. You could well see people finding those meta weapons on day one, activating double weapon XP, and hitting max rank very quickly and unlocking all those attachments. And that's going to have massive implications for Warzone, by the way, which doesn't launch day one of Modern Warfare 4. It's going to come a little bit later. We all know how important it is to get to max rank and get those attachments unlocked for Warzone, because you need to have the best guns in the game available to you for you to use. I know for myself that I've got literally tens of hours of double XP sitting on my Call of Duty account, all of which is going to be massively helpful when Modern Warfare 4 multiplayer rolls around and DMZ rolls around, and I want to start kitting out all my weapons with the best attachments. The team also went on to state that any COD points that you have on your account, they of course will be transferring over as they typically do from game to game. That's obviously something we've expected because COD points cost actual money. So if they were wiped when moving to Modern Warfare 4, that would have just caused a massive uproar and not something that Activision would have really wanted hanging over them for their brand new title. The only stipulation is that those COD points are tied to the platform or ecosystem that you obtain them from. So if you bought them on Xbox, they'll stay within the Xbox platforms as an example. So if you change platform and you still want to use those COD points, you can. You just have to do them via the official Call of Duty store instead, which links all the platforms together. And then the other announcement that I want to talk about is to do with Ricochet, because despite it being a bit of a laughingstock when it comes to anti-cheat, with a very patchy track record, this is something that's important for Call of Duty moving forward. Modern Warfare 4 comes with DMZ as its third mode, a brand new extraction shooter experience, and you do not want that crawling with cheaters. And of course, a new version of Warzone is going to come with this game too. Now, every game has their issues with cheating. No game is absolutely perfect. No anti-cheat is 100% foolproof. But Ricochet over the years hasn't given me much confidence that it can actually protect the integrity of Call of Duty. It's pretty much a glorified reporting system that takes a bit of time to kick in. But we do have an update here that I want to discuss. The main element of change that Call of Duty is committing to with Ricochet this time around actually starts right now and goes through all of Season 1 of Modern Warfare 4, and that is weekly updates to the anti-cheat itself. Each week, the team is going to share new detections, enforcement actions taken on those detections, and highlight the work that the Ricochet team is doing to make Call of Duty a harder place to cheat in. Now, I can actually hear your eyes rolling in the comments, and honestly, I'm dubious of anything around Ricochet because of how patchy its record is. And really, we need to see action, not words, of things actually happening and improving. They say these weekly updates will continue through Season 1 of Modern Warfare 4, so that's over 4 months of weekly updates and transparency on the work that's being done, which isn't an insignificant amount of work, by the way. But hopefully, it results in Modern Warfare 4, Warzone, and for me, most importantly, DMZ, being much cleaner than the last couple of Call of Duty titles. The team then went on to highlight their most recent and major advancement, and that's a change in the way that hardware banning enforcement systems work. The team say they've always used hardware identifiers to pick up on and enforce against cheaters, but recently they've updated how it works, and it helped them ban 70,000 systems tied to cheating across Call of Duty Warzone and Black Ops 7 over the past week. So that's pretty impressive. The statement ends with the team saying that if you cheat in Call of Duty, you're going to find it significantly harder to return and create a new account using the same hardware now. Now, reading back through this statement, I do think it's actually very cleverly worded. And that's not meant to sound negative or dubious. I just think that's a fair assessment of what they've said. They've cleverly worded it because the team has specifically chosen to use language that isn't definitive, and it leaves the door open for them a little bit. I think we all know that combating cheaters for game devs isn't easy, and most games have some sort of cheating issue these days. So by using language that shows they're improving their detections and banning practices, but not stating they're outright eradicating cheating in all of Call of Duty, that leaves them room for the eventual complaints when Modern Warfare 4 launches and players do come across some cheaters in their matches. It's going to happen. You can't get rid of cheating 100%. They're not saying here that their improved methods are foolproof. They're saying that they've improved things. Now, one thing I am slightly concerned about is the wording surrounding when these weekly updates are going to conclude. The statement says they'll continue through Season 1 of Modern Warfare 4, so what's going to happen after that? Is Ricochet going to cease getting weekly updates and the team is going to move to a different cadence? Or is the team simply setting a target that they know they can achieve until the end of Season 1, and then they'll renew that commitment at a later date? The language is, again, I think quite clever and deliberate, but at least they're being transparent and honest about the work they're doing and how long they plan to do it for. Ricochet has had a pretty bad reputation, and it still does, amongst some of the other anti-cheat solutions on the market. Maybe Riot's Vanguard and EA's own anti-cheat are basically the industry standard right now. Personally, I think the only way that Call of Duty can convince people that Ricochet is actually working properly is to continually prove the work being put in results in reductions in instances of cheaters appearing in matches, and the levels of detection either sustaining or improving over time. Personally though, I'd just love to be able to go into a Call of Duty launch and not have to constantly talk about the cheating situation. I've played nearly 400 hours of Battlefield 6 at this point, and I've maybe run into 2 or 3 cheaters across all of that time, total. If I go back to 2020 and my playing time playing Warzone all the way back then, cheaters were a daily, if not an hourly occurrence in that game. And that trend, although somewhat improved since then, it hasn't really changed that much. Call of Duty and Ricochet have got a lot of work to do.